1975. 10 forgotten one-hit wonders from 1975 you need to hear. When people talk about the music of 1975, the conversation usually begins with the biggest legends. Queen, Elton John, the Eagles, Fleetwood Mac. Their songs have never really left us. But beneath those blockbuster hits was another side of 1975. A collection of songs that filled the airwaves, climbed the charts, and became part of everyday life for millions of people. Some played during long summer drives. Some became the soundtrack to first dances and first loves. Others quietly disappeared almost as quickly as they arrived. Today, we're bringing back 10 incredible songs that once captured America's heart but slowly faded from the spotlight. They're more than forgotten hits. They're snapshots of a remarkable year in music history. Let's begin with number 10. Number 10. Don't Call Us, We'll Call You, Sugarloaf.
And all this is Mr. Rhythm and Blues.
Sometimes the best songs are born from frustration. By the mid-1970s, Sugarloaf knew exactly how difficult the music business could be. A few years earlier, they'd enjoyed major success with Green-Eyed Lady. But after that, opportunities became harder to find. Record labels weren't returning calls, and executives seemed convinced the band's best days were already behind them. Instead of giving up, Sugarloaf decided to laugh at the situation. The result was Don't Call Us, We'll Call You, a witty rock song inspired by the rejection every musician fears. The title came from a phrase artists had heard countless times from record companies. Rather than feeling defeated, the band transformed those words into one of the cleverest singles of the decade. Listeners loved the humor, the catchy guitar riff, and the confidence behind every lyric. The song climbed into the Billboard Top 10, proving that sometimes persistence is the greatest revenge. Although Sugarloaf never enjoyed another hit of the same size, this song remains a reminder that believing in yourself can sometimes accomplish what no record executive ever could. Number 9. Poetry Man, Phoebe Snow.
Cause your eyes, they light the night, they look right through.
Not every unforgettable voice needs to be loud. When Phoebe Snow appeared on the radio in 1975, listeners immediately noticed something different. Her voice felt warm, honest, and completely natural. While many artists chased flashy productions, Phoebe relied on emotion, letting every lyric breathe.
You don't have to go, boy, you're the poetry man.
Poetry Man blended folk, jazz, blues, and soft rock into something uniquely her own. It wasn't built for dance floors or stadium concerts. Instead, it invited listeners to slow down and simply listen. The song became one of the biggest surprises of the year, reaching the top 5 and earning widespread praise from both critics and fans. Many believed a superstar career was just beginning.
Talk to me some more. You know you don't.
Although she never matched the commercial success of Poetry Man, Phoebe Snow continued making music that earned enormous respect from fellow musicians. She remained true to her artistic style rather than chasing changing trends. Nearly 50 years later, Poetry Man still feels timeless. It's proof that sometimes sincerity leaves a deeper impression than spectacle. Number 8. 18 with a Bullet, Pete Wingfield. Some musicians spend their entire careers behind the scenes. Pete Wingfield was one of them. Long before he ever became known as a singer, Wingfield had already built a remarkable reputation as a pianist, songwriter, and producer. He helped other artists create hit records without expecting the spotlight for himself.
Tip for the top until I'm in you.
Then came one unforgettable song. 18 with a Bullet was inspired by an old music industry phrase describing a record that was climbing rapidly up the charts. With its vintage rhythm and blues style and smooth vocal delivery, the song sounded both nostalgic and refreshingly different from everything else on the radio. Audiences loved its relaxed groove, and then something almost unbelievable happened. The single reached number 18 on the Billboard Hot 100, exactly matching its title. It became one of those rare moments when real life seemed to imitate art.
We're raising a whole LP.
Rather than chasing fame, Pete Wingfield quietly returned to producing music for other performers, content knowing he'd created one unforgettable hit that still makes listeners smile today. Number 7. Love Won't Let Me Wait, Major Harris.
Time is right.
Every decade has a love song that perfectly captures its romantic spirit. For many listeners in 1975, that song was Love Won't Let Me Wait. Major Harris had already earned respect as a member of the legendary Philadelphia soul scene, but this record introduced him to an entirely new audience.
I need to have you next to me.
Everything about the song felt effortless. The silky strings, the gentle rhythm, the rich orchestration, and above all, Harris's tender falsetto, which gave the performance an intimacy that few singers could match. The single became one of the biggest soul hits of the year, reaching the Billboard Top 5 and becoming a favorite on late-night radio stations across America.
You owe it to yourself, and I will serve.
Although Major Harris continued recording and performing for decades afterward, none of his later releases captured quite the same magic. Today, Love Won't Let Me Wait remains one of the defining slow jams of the 1970s. A song that instantly transports listeners back to candlelit dinners, slow dances, and memories that never really fade. Underscore. Number 6. Dream Weaver, Gary Wright.
I've just closed my eyes.
Some songs don't just entertain us, they take us somewhere else. When Gary Wright released Dream Weaver, audiences heard something they hadn't experienced before. Built almost entirely around keyboards and synthesizers, the song created a dreamy atmosphere that felt almost futuristic. At a time when guitars dominated rock music, Wright took a different path. Inspired by his interest in spirituality and personal reflection, he wrote a song about hope, imagination, and finding peace beyond everyday life.
Fly me high through the starry sky.
The sound was unlike anything else on Top 40 radio. Its shimmering synthesizers would later influence countless artists throughout the late 1970s and 1980s. Dream Weaver climbed to number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became Gary Wright's signature recording. Even today, just a few opening notes are enough to transport listeners back to another era. It's more than a hit song. It's a reminder of a time when musicians weren't afraid to experiment. And sometimes those experiments became timeless classics. Number 5. Magic, Pilot. Some songs have a way of making everything feel just a little brighter. In 1975, it was almost impossible to escape the cheerful sound of magic. Whether it was coming from a car radio, a shopping mall, or a neighborhood party, the song seemed to be everywhere. Pilot wasn't a household name when the record was released. The Scottish band had spent years working behind the scenes before finally getting their chance. When producer Alan Parsons stepped into the studio with them, he helped create a sound that was polished, energetic, and impossible to ignore.
Never been away, hey. Never seen a day play.
The opening guitar, the catchy chorus, and the band's effortless harmonies turned Magic into an international success. It quickly climbed the charts and became one of the most recognizable pop songs of the year. Yet success can be unpredictable. Although Pilot released several more records, none captured the same excitement. Musical tastes changed quickly as disco grew stronger and radio formats evolved.
It's magic, you know.
Today, however, Magic still lives up to its name. One listen is enough to bring back memories of a simpler time when great melodies were all a song needed to become unforgettable. Number 4. Lovin' You, Minnie Riperton.
Loving you is easy.
Every generation has at least one love song that feels almost perfect. For 1975, many people would choose Lovin' You. Unlike most pop hits of its time, the song wasn't built around a big band or a dramatic arrangement. Instead, it allowed Minnie Riperton's extraordinary voice to take center stage. Her remarkable 5-octave vocal range amazed listeners around the world, especially the breathtaking high notes that became the song's signature. But behind the technical brilliance was something even more meaningful. Lovin' You began as a simple expression of love for her family. That warmth and sincerity can still be heard in every line. The single reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 and introduced millions of listeners to one of the finest vocal talents of her generation. Sadly, Minnie's life was cut short only a few years later, making the song even more emotional for fans who continue to cherish her music.
Loving you is
Nearly 50 years later, Lovin' You remains one of the most beautiful recordings ever made. A timeless reminder that sometimes the gentlest performances leave the deepest impact. Number 3. Sky High, Jigsaw.
Gave you love, I thought that we.
Not every international hit comes from a superstar. Sometimes it comes from a band that simply finds the perfect song at exactly the right moment. That was the story of Jigsaw. Although the British group had been performing for years, everything changed when they recorded Sky High. Originally written for a martial arts film, the song combined dramatic orchestration, energetic rhythms, and an unforgettable chorus that audiences couldn't get out of their heads.
Without a reason why.
Radio stations embraced it almost immediately. Soon, Sky High was climbing charts across Europe, Australia, and the United States, becoming the band's biggest success by far. For a brief moment, Jigsaw seemed ready to become one of the decade's biggest new acts. But the music industry often moves quickly. Despite releasing more material, they never matched the worldwide popularity of Sky High. Even so, the song continues to appear in movies, television shows, and sports events, introducing new generations to a record that still sounds as exciting today as it did in 1975. Number 2. Fallin in Love, Hamilton, Joe Frank, and Reynolds. Some songs don't demand your attention. Instead, they quietly become part of your life. That's exactly what happened with Fallin in Love. During the summer of 1975, The song floated through countless homes, restaurants, and car radios, creating the perfect soundtrack for warm evenings and long vacations. Its smooth harmonies and relaxed California sound made listeners feel comfortable from the very first note. Interestingly, by the time the record became a #1 hit, the group itself had already gone through important lineup changes. Even though one original member had left, the band kept its familiar name, allowing fans to focus on the music rather than the changes behind the scenes. For a few unforgettable months, Fallin' in Love seemed to be everywhere. Although later releases couldn't repeat that incredible success, this gentle love song has never completely disappeared. Whenever it returns to classic hits radio, it reminds listeners of an era when soft rock ruled the airwaves and simple melodies had the power to last forever. Number 1. How Long? Ace. Our final song may also be the biggest surprise on today's countdown. Almost everyone who heard How Long assumed it was about a broken romance. But it wasn't. The song was actually inspired by tensions inside the band itself after one member secretly worked with another group without telling the others. Instead of writing an angry confrontation, Ace transformed that experience into a smooth, sophisticated pop rock classic. Released in America during 1975, How Long quickly climbed into the Billboard Top 3. Audiences loved its unforgettable bass line, relaxed groove, and the soulful voice of lead singer Paul Carrack. Although Ace never repeated that success, Carrack's remarkable voice would later become familiar through his work with several other successful bands and as a respected solo artist. Looking back today, How Long represents everything that made the mid-1970s so special. Outstanding songwriting, exceptional musicianship, and a melody that still sounds fresh decades later. Sometimes a single hit is all an artist needs to leave a permanent mark on music history. So there they are, 10 remarkable songs that helped define 1975, even if time has pushed many of them out of the spotlight. They may no longer dominate the radio, but the memories they created continue to live on in record collections, family road trips, school dances, and quiet evenings spent listening to old favorites. Now, we'd love to hear from you. Which of these songs still has a special place in your heart? Did we bring back a memory you hadn't thought about in years? Or is there another forgotten hit from 1975 that deserves a place on this list? Share your memories in the comments below. Every song has a story, and we'd love to hear yours. If you enjoyed this journey back to 1975, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and join us next time as we uncover more forgotten treasures from the golden age of music. Until then, keep the music playing and keep those wonderful memories alive.